In the previous video, we have seen how hedging can be done, the decision to hedge or not to hedge that we have discussed. In this, let's discuss something about operating exposure, which is another name of economic exposure. Operating exposure is the exposure in the operating cash flows of a business entity due to random changes in the exchange rate, due to fluctuation of the foreign exchange rate. The effect of this on the operating cash flows of a business entity, that we understand as operating exposure. And this influences in many ways. In the previous video that we have also seen that how does it affect the competitiveness of a business entity in international market. Let's again understand this operating exposure with help of an illustration. In this illustration, I have taken there is a US company XY Limited which is doing business in Britain, and that US company is selling its microprocessor to the British company, and this microprocessor is used by the British company to assemble in the computer, in the final computer. Now what happens, there is some price of imported item which is imported from US of that microprocessor, and then there is some spot rate, and also there is variable cost. We will assume some selling price per unit. Then there is also some fixed overhead. Tax rate we will also assume. So the British company which is selling its computer in British market, it is using the component microprocessor being imported from US. So in that context, the British company's cash flows are influenced by the spot rate changes, because it is getting microprocessor from the US company. And the remaining portion, that is the other inputs, they are locally sourced from British market. The laborers, they are sourced from British market. So except microprocessor, no other component is being imported, and that too from US market. And there is some rate of microprocessor. So here we will assume different figures, and then we will see that in ideal case, like let's suppose if the spot rate is $1.6 when at some benchmark time, if the spot rate is $1.6 per pound, then what is going to be the operating cash flows of the business entity XY Limited. And then we will vary different things, like we are going to change the spot rate if the pound value depreciates. Let's suppose if pound value is $1.6, it depreciates to $1.4. Then what will be the effect of this on the competitive position of the British company in British market, and then its impact on the operating cash flows, because if spot rate changes, it means the cost of input will change, and other factors we will take as constant. And then there will be another case where in order to mitigate this loss due to depreciation of this pound sterling, they will try to change different aspects like selling price or other indicators, and then we will see what happens to the operating cash flows. So let us see, I have written something on this whiteboard for the calculation of operating cash flow as a base case, when we are assuming that spot exchange rate is $1.6. So initially this firm, the name of firm is XY Limited, which is operating in UK, and then the cost of imported component in dollar terms is $512 per unit, that I have already written here, and then spot rate is $1.6. Then in pound terms, if spot rate is $1.6, then in pound terms the rate of imported item will be 320 pounds. Then tax rate we have assumed 50%. Then sales we have assumed that 50,000 units are being sold in the British market by the British company, and selling price is 1,000 pound per unit, and then unit variable cost is 650 pound, which includes the cost of imported item, that is microprocessor, as well as cost of locally sourced input or component. So this 650 pound represents 320 pounds of imported item and 330 for local input. And then there is a fixed overhead cost, which is, we have assumed 4 million pounds. So here it is written and then we have also assumed that there is projected operating cash flows. Projected operating cash flows is this is 72 lakhs 50,000, which comes out to be, in dollar terms it is 1 crore 16 lakhs. 1 crore 16 lakhs, and then at 1.6 spot rate. Now we are going to, so this is the base case, illustration where we have assumed these figures, and we have tried to calculate the operating cash flows for the business. Let us see how this we are getting this operating cash flow with help of the illustration, the figures which we have written, which I have shown in the video earlier on. So how this projected cash flow, which is 72 lakhs 50,000 pound, is coming? Let us see that calculation. And so in the process of calculation, we will use the figures which I have written earlier. So let us see how the operating cash flows which I have mentioned is being calculated for the base case. So we have assumed initially that sales, which is 50,000 units, 50,000 units, and the price, the selling price was 1,000 pounds per unit. So the total sales volume was 5 crore pounds. One more zero. So this is the sales, and then we are getting variable cost. First we will deduct from sales variable cost. Variable cost we have assumed for 50,000 units at the rate of 600 pounds per unit. So this comes out to be 32 lakhs 50,000 pounds. Three crore 25 lakhs. 3 crore 25 lakhs. So add 10, and then from this we will deduct fixed overhead cost, which is pound 4 million. So we will add up all zeros. 1, 2, 3, 6 zeros will be there. So 4 million pound is the what we assumed earlier fixed overhead cost. Then we also take one figure which I have lost to explain you, which was depreciation allowances. So depreciation allowances is to the tune of 1 million pound. So we are going to also consider that depreciation allowance. So after deducting all these items from the sales revenue, variable cost, fixed overhead cost, depreciation allowances, we get net profit before tax, and that is coming out to be 1 crore 25 lakhs. 1 crore 25 lakhs. So that is the net profit before tax. And income tax we have assumed income tax at the rate of 50%. So half of this will go in the income tax. So 62 lakhs 50,000. That is the income tax, and the profit after tax, same amount, 62 lakhs 50,000. And then you know that to calculate operating cash from operating activities or operating cash flows, we need to add depreciation back. So in this figure, profit after tax, we will add cash. We will get operating cash flows by add depreciation allowances. So I am writing here depreciation allowances as DA. So 1 million pound were depreciation allowances. So the total is coming out to be 72 lakhs 50,000. So this is the operating cash flow in case of the base case which we have taken 72 lakhs 50,000 pound. And if you convert this figure into dollar terms at the rate of $1.6 $6 per pound, we will get 1 crore. You just multiply this figure by 1.6, you get 1 crore. It comes out to be 1 crore 16 lakhs. 1 crore 16 lakhs. So 1 crore 16 lakhs in dollar terms it is coming out. So this is the operating cash flows in case of when we are having a British firm which is importing components from US market. That component is primarily the microprocessor, and it is using in its assembly that microprocessor. And this we have got this operating cash flow 72 lakhs 50,000 pound. And now we will change one indicator. Now we will see the impact of changes in the fluctuation in the spot rate on the operating cash flows. So this will give us the real idea that how the fluctuation in the exchange rate impact the cash flows of a business entity. That is the value of a business entity. So to what extent our this operating exposure can be calculated. So we will do we will change different variables. So first variable we are going to change is the spot rate. So let us depreciate spot rate by from 1.6 to 1.4. Now here if we assume that the depreciation of pound is taking place, earlier it was $1.6 $1.6, now it is going down to $1.4. So how does this is going to affect the operating cash flow? So that we can understand from two aspects. One aspect is the what we call competitive effect, other one is the conversion effect. Now competitive effect is that we can, if we assume that all the competitors of this XY Limited in British market, they are their total inputs and component, they are locally sourced. No component they are importing from elsewhere. So what will happen, due to depreciation there will be pressure on the operating cash flows of the firm, of this British firm, because it is the only firm which is relying on import. So now it has to shell out more pounds to get $1. So the thing is, for this company to, its profitability will go down in the market, but the profitability of other companies will be intact, because they are not their cash flows are not exposed to foreign exchange fluctuation. So this is what we call competitive effect. This company's position competitiveness will be affected in the domestic market. And then second, the conversion effect, because conversion means when the pound will be converted, when the pound will be converted into dollar, now we have to shell out more pounds. So it means the price of imported item will also increase. And so this is also result in the loss of the cash flows for the firm because of this conversion effect. So on one side competitive effect is there, which is resulting, which may result in the loss of cash flows for the business. And if the XY Limited increases the price of the commodity, in light of that, what may happen, it may lose its business. And secondly, if conversion effect is there, then it may lose the important, the critical cash flows for the business because of the depreciation of pound sterling. So this is very important to understand from these two aspects, competitive effect and conversion effect. So let us see the figures, how they change when we depreciate pound in comparison to dollar as far as operating cash flows are concerned. Let's see. Now here what happens that when there is a depreciation in pound, so what happens that the unit variable cost will increase. The unit variable cost will increase. So let us see what is the extent of increase of this unit variable cost because of depreciation of pound in comparison to dollar. And for that purpose we need to calculate again the variable cost. Earlier the variable cost was 650 pounds per unit, which involved the price of imported as well as the local inputs. Now price of imported item will increase because of the fact that the pound has depreciated from 1.6 to 1.4. So 1 pound earlier it was equal to $1.6. Now 1 pound is equal to $1.4, and we know that the price of imported item was $512 per unit. So $512 per unit earlier. So now after depreciation the price will become 1.4. Divided by 1 by 4, you get 366 pounds. So now our the price of imported item will increase from earlier. I think earlier price was 330 dollars. Now it has increased by $36. So you see it has gone up to what we call it was $320. Now 330 was the price of local inputs. Now the price from 320 it went up to 336 plus the pound 330, the price of local inputs. So total variable cost now comes out to be 696 per unit, 696 pounds per unit. So this is the only change which we are going to take, and let us see now what will happen to the operating cash flows of the firm. The first case, that is when there is a depreciation in the currency, that is pound. So let's do the calculation. So we have assumed that sales will not get affected. Sales will be 50,000. So and also the firm will not increase the selling price. The selling price was 1,000 pounds. So we were getting the selling price as this one 5 crore pounds. Now from this variable cost we calculated 696 pounds multiplied by 50,000 units. So this comes out to be 3 crores 20 lakhs pound. Then fixed overhead say 40 lakhs pound. Then after fixed overhead, depreciation allowances, we have assumed 10 lakh pounds. Then after depreciation allowances, net profit before tax. So it came out I did this multiplication wrong. Variable cost 696 into 50,000, this will be slightly more. I have taken the total variable cost of the base case. So this will increase to 3 crores 48 lakhs. 3 crores 48 lakhs. So now the net profit before tax, it will get reduced in comparison to the base case. It will get reduced in the base case. It was 1 crore 25 lakhs. Now it will get reduced to 1 crore 2 lakhs. One crore 2 lakhs. So this will come out, and we know that income tax at the rate of 50%. So this comes out to be 51 lakhs. Then profit after tax 51 lakhs, and add depreciation back as we did in the earlier case. So adding 10 lakhs more. So we are getting the operating cash flow as 61 lakhs. 61 lakhs. This is in pound terms. You can calculate in dollar terms. Just multiply it by 1.4. You get 84. This is in dollar terms. You will be getting, just multiplying the 61 lakhs by 1.4, you get 85 lakhs 40,000. This is in dollar terms. So you see, due to depreciation of pound sterling, the operating cash flows, they have gone down, and so from earlier they were 72 lakhs 50,000, now they have gone down to 61 lakhs. So why this thing is happening? This thing is happening because of depreciation of pound. And let's suppose if this is the only company in the British market which is dependent on imports, so it will be having a lot of pressure. For a competitive pressure on the company. In order to survive in the market, the company has no other option but to cut down the cost or increase the selling price. But the same situation is not being faced by any other company in the British market. So this exchange rate will pose competitive risk in front of the company. And second risk is here we have seen in case of variable cost, due to conversion factor, the variable cost has increased. So this will also result in the losses for the firm. So on one side, due to competitive pressure, you can due to this foreign exchange rate, the business is going to lose the market. On the other side, there is the conversion effect, so the business is getting losses from that. So this is the first we have changed only one variable, that was foreign exchange rate. Now let us see if we are going to change some more variables, then what is the effect on. In this case, we are going to change not only the spot rate. Let us take, because earlier we have taken that spot rate will depreciate. So now in this case, let us take another, that selling price is, the firm is having no option but to increase the selling price. So just now we are going to change the selling price. So and what will be the proportion of change in the selling price? Let us see that also. Apart from the increase in selling price, we also assume that demand is highly inelastic. The British firm is able to maintain the level of sales. So there is no change in the level of sales. 50,000 sale it was having, before increase of prices, and 50,000 sales will be there after increase of prices. So demand is highly inelastic. So the firm can increase the prices. And that, what will be the increase? Now earlier, when the exchange rate was $1.6 per pound, the dollar price of the computer was $1,600. So we will assume that the firm will maintain the dollar price, and for that purpose, now if $1,600 was the earlier price and spot rate has depreciated from 1.6 to 1.4, so now the new price of the computer will be 1,600 divided by 1.4 $1.4. So it will be just a minute. It will be 1143 in dollar terms. Sorry, in pound terms. In dollar terms, it is 1,600 same. So in pound terms, it is $1,600 divided by 1.4. So this is coming out to be 1143, and spot rate has depreciated from 1.62 per pound. So now let us see the impact of this on the operating cash. So now let us see the calculation with these changes. The changes which I just mentioned. The sales volume, same 50,000 units, and it is but obvious that after doing all these calculations, I am not going in the detailed calculation. The calculation I have shown twice earlier. On the same basis, I will just give you the figure of operating cash flow. What will happen if we increase the selling price, and secondly, if the pound depreciation is taking place. So now the operating cash flows in pound terms, it will increase to 96 lakhs 50,000 pounds. 96 lakhs 56,000. 50,000 pounds. So sorry, 96 lakhs 75,000 pounds. This is in pound terms, and in dollar terms, it will be 1 crore 35 lakhs 45,000. So this is in case 2. Just remember the cash flows which we have calculated in the base case, when spot rate we assumed to be $1.6, and then we have assumed the first case. In first case, the exchange rate was depreciated from 1.6 to 1.4, and then this is the second case. In this we have seen the cash flow has increased in pound sterling because the selling price has increased in pound terms from 1000 to 1143 pounds. So now let us see the third case when we are going to, in this case we are now assuming that all the variables they change. First variable we have assumed the spot rate has depreciated from 1.6 to 1.4, and then apart from that there is an inflation in the economy, in the British economy. Let's suppose 8% is the inflation rate. So it is not only causing the increase in the prices of selling prices of the computers, it is also causing increase in the cost of inputs. Now earlier when the pound has depreciated, we have assumed that cost of imported item in pound terms they have increased from 320 pounds to 366 pounds. Now at the rate if 8% is the rise in the cost of local inputs, which we have assumed that inflation is impacting both cost as well as selling price. So this cost of locally sourced material will also go up by 8%, and selling price will also go up by 8%. And here we also assume that demand is highly elastic. So let us assume that by 20% the sales will go down. So from 50,000 the sale may go down to 40,000. So all variables here we have changed, and let us see the impact of the change in all the variables on the cash flows of the firm. And this is the most realistic case, when pound depreciates and due to inflation, inflation may be also there, but this also affects every company. Inflation affects every company, but this company, since especially it is dependent on imported microprocessors, so this is more severely affected in comparison to domestic companies which are also affected due to inflation. So let us see the impact of this on the cash flows of the firm due to change in the all variables. So the selling price, we will assume that there will be growth of 8%. So new selling price. So I am just highlighting the important changes, and the rest calculation will be on the same basis as we did in case of case 1 and case 2. So sales is of 40,000 units. Selling price, it is 1,080 pounds. 8% is the inflation, and then there is the fixed overhead, fixed manufacturing overhead. It will not change. Then there is depreciation allowance, that will not change. Tax rate is 50%. So let us see now with these changes what will be the operating cash flow in the third case for the firm. The third case, if you go by the calculation, when the selling price has gone up by 8%, the sales have, because since demand is highly price elastic, so due to increase in the prices, the demand has the sales has gone down. So from 50,000 to 40,000. So this will cause a decline in the what we call in the operating cash flows of the firm. And let us see the operating cash flow in this case comes out to be 56,60,000 pound. 56,60,000 pound, and in dollar terms it comes out to be 79 lakhs 24,000. So this is in dollar terms and this is in pound terms. So this is we have seen in all the three cases, case 1, case 2 and case 3. In the first case, you see the operating cash flows, they have declined due to depreciation of the pound. From in the base case, if you remember, the operating cash flows were 72,50,000 pounds, and in comparison to that, in the first case, when we assume that only spot rate is depreciating from 1.6 to 1.4, the operating cash flows, they went down from 72,50,000 to 61 lakhs. And in the second case, we assume that since demand is highly, price is it is not proportional to the demand, so there is an inelastic demand. There is no proportion between price and demand. So in that case, we have seen that we were able to increase the price, but our demand, our sales, say total amount of sales remained constant. So this resulted in the increase of our what we call operating cash flows drastically to 96 lakhs 75,000 in pound terms. And in the third case, when we have changed all the variables, then everything got worse. 56 lakhs 60,000 is the now latest operating cash flow. And why this thing is happening? This is due to foreign exchange rate fluctuation. You see, the firm is facing tremendous pressure on its cash flows. So let us see, if we summarize all these things, then how the firm is going to, in quantitative terms, what is the total amount of this operating exposure. If we summarize all these figures, we have to also assume that the same cash flows, they may come for next 4 years or 5 years. So let us assume that the same cash flow will be followed for coming 4 years, and same constant amount of cash flows. And we will take all the 3 cases and compare with the base case. That since base case we are knowing like 1.6 is the spot rate that we know today, but changes may take place in different directions. So 3 different directions we have considered, and let us see that if the same cash flows we are going to have for coming 4 years, and if we are going to discount those cash flows into present terms, let us take the discounting rate as 15%. Then comparing the discounted value of base cash flows of coming 4 years and of the other 3 cases, let us see which operating cash flows are in positive, in the positive way, or which have net present value positive and which has negative present value. So if we see in case of base case, the 4 years present value, because here we have assumed that the operating cash flow, that is 72 lakhs 50,000 pound, it will be, the firm will be having this constant cash flow for coming 4 years. And and apart from this, the firm may have also, so this 72 lakhs 50,000 pounds the firm will be having for coming 4 years. So for 4 years the firm may have the same constant, that is in pound terms. Now let us see in dollar terms. So this is the base case 1, case 2 and case 3. So in pound terms and then in dollar terms. So I will write both 72 lakhs 50,000 in case of base case. Then in case 1 it went down to 61 lakhs. Then in the second case it went up to 96 lakhs 75,000, and in the last case it was in 56 lakhs 60,000. And in dollar terms, the base case gave us the figure of annual cash flow of 1 crore 16 lakhs. And then in case 1, in dollar terms, it was 85 lakhs 40,000 dollars. This is in dollar. And in case of case 2, again it is 1 crore 35 lakhs 45,000. And in the third case it was 79 lakhs 24,000. So this is in dollar terms. Now present value of these, now we are assuming that this will be same for coming 4 years, So the present value of these cash flows, if we discount them at 15% discount rate, will be, I am writing here, present of cash flows discounted at 15%. Discounted at 15%. So their value will come, for base case it will be 3 crores 31 lakhs 18,000. Now these figures are quite large, so it's a little bit difficult to write all the zeros. These calculations are a little bit lengthy calculation, so I may miss any zero. Please recheck your calculations also simultaneously. Okay, so since this is the present value in dollar terms, so don't forget to recall that this is the present value in dollar terms, and this is the for base case, and for the first case it is 2 crores 43 lakhs 2 crores 43 lakhs and 82,000. For second case it is 3 crores 86,000 3 crores 86,071, sorry, 3 crores 86 lakhs 71,000. And in case of last case it is 2 crores 26 lakhs 2 crores 26 lakhs and 23,000. Please do recheck the calculations. This is my calculation I am doing simultaneously. As you know, there are so much of figures. I have not taken them in millions. Just it's in expanded form. So please recheck the calculations. Okay, now this is as per my calculation. So if any mistake is there, please rectify it as per your calculation. Okay, now these are the cash flows converted in present value terms. Now compare them with the base case. In case of case 1, you see the present value of cash inflow when we assume that there is the depreciation in the value of pound from 1.6 to 1.4. You see here we are going to have negative cash operating cash inflow. It is 87 lakhs 36,000. 87 lakhs 36,000 of negative cash inflow in comparison to base case. This is the only case when we will be having positive operating cash flow, present value 55 lakhs and 53,000. And here again there is a negative cash flow 1 crores 4 lakh 95,000. So this is negative. This is the impact of exchange rate changes on the operating cash flows of the firm. Here we have discussed from various angles, different aspects. We have tried to change different parameters of performance, selling price, inflation, spot rate, and then quantum of sales, and then we have tried to see the impact of these changes in the variables on the operating cash flows. And you see the 4-year period, the firm is going in the negative cash flows. So there is a severe impact of adverse movement in the exchange rates, and this is what we call operating exposure. So see, this is the operating exposure, and the firm needs to go for proper hedging techniques for operating exposure that we will discuss next.